And we are back, guys. Welcome back to EPIC48, brought to you by ASUS ROG. I'm Felix O, and I'm joined here with Yui. How's it going, Yui?
It's good. Got my XP Pro eyewear. It's been going well for me so far. If you suffer from eye strain or fatigue and you're looking at screens all day, I definitely recommend. They've been helping me out a lot. What do you think about them so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're going to be looking at a lot of screens throughout this weekend, so it's going to come in pretty clutch. Especially if you wander over to where the players are competing in that dark room, all those bright screens, it's not going to do your retinas a good job. But thankfully, these guys will come in handy.
Yeah, and
Uh,
if you're here at Epic Land, go make sure to go check them out. They're some
so,
lovely guys.
Yuri, we're fresh off a banger game. It was quite close.
Yeah, it
Some
was.
Project Snooze versus Aim Legion.
Yeah, Seed 3, Seed 2, respectively. It more or less went the way we expected. Aim Legion, Seed 2, they did manage to take it 13-8 in the end. And, Snooze did put up a fight for a while, but at the end, they just fell short.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Project Snooze, they're a team. They practice. Some of their core has been together for ages and ages, but I guess just the strong firepower of Wolfie and Lake Bob did take him down in the end. But yeah, some competitive gameplay over on Anubis just now.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, going into our next game, we have got the Thatchers versus Washed and Sloshed. Some great names coming forward. And now I'm interested to see what we have going forward.
Yeah, two alcohol themed
Yeah,
names, typical for Epic Land, but
I took it the way.
and we got Vilda over on the side of Thatchers. He's the only guy that I really recognize on that team. You familiar with any of the names you eat?
Yeah, Washed and Slosh, they've been to a few F-clans, at least the core, obviously not as this specific name, but we have got Logan, we have got, oh, yeah, obviously Logan and Archer. I've seen them loads.
Yeah, yeah. Over on the side of Washington Slosh, some serious experience of Nem and Dexy. They've been playing at a pretty high level, made UKIC Masters before. Logan, he's been kicking about. I'm not too familiar with Archie and Pommy, but yeah, they've got a wealth of experience and knowledge on the side of Washed and Sloshed. But for Thatchers, yeah, the only player I'm aware of on that side is Vilda. So a lot of guys looking to make their name here on the mainstream, and it will be fun to see if we can discover any new talents in the scene. Vilda, he's got a good eye for the game, so I'm sure he wouldn't have just joined anyone.
I mean, I checked his history here at Epic Clan. It's been a while since he played one. I think it's EPIC45, his last Epic Clan that he played.
I know he was at this time last year at Summerland because he
Yeah,
was
that's EPIC45,
yeah
the
he was
infamous with the Iberian Souls and
yeah,
all
he
the.
was, yeah, he was having to put up with me on his team at that LAN. Yeah, we'll see how Vilda deals with his teammates here. I remember I was causing him to smash his desk a couple of times
Well,
this time last year.
not putting up the numbers.
I put up the numbers. I just wasn't too good at listening to his ideas, unfortunately. But you know, I do respect his gameplay.
Does look like we have the vetoes going underway right now. Inferno, Dust 2, Mirage, Cash, Ancient, and Nuke have been banned, and that leaves us with Anubis yet again. What are your feelings about Anubis?
Back to back Anubis games. I'm a little worried. It's not my favorite map, and sometimes at Epic we get patterns of like one particular map that just gets played way more than all the others. I hope it's not Anubis. I hope it's just yeah, just so happens that these first two matches are going to be on it, but it'll be exciting enough. Some fast-paced action. It's always fun to see CTs make aggressive plays through that window on mid, dropping into water. It can be quite heavily contested that water these days. You can condition teams with a lot of pressure, getting those instant stair smokes, instant carpet smokes down as a CT side. So that's something to look out for. What about Yui? What do you think?
Personally, I was happy to see Anubis go
Yeah,
back in the day,
yeah.
but when it came back, I was like, oh god. And you have Cash coming out. No one plays it. I feel like that. I've not really seen too many people playing it.
I've been telling a lot of the players I reckon it's going to be quite the upset map. If you're able to lock down some fundamentals, you can definitely punish guys who haven't been practicing too much. If you have a solid A execute on Cash, if you're able to get that boost control on mid, get that vent control on either side, I think a successful cash round for either side. You should be trying to get control of mid through boost and through vent. Both sides fighting for those positions, I think, are really important. But enough of cash, we're going to be getting back to Anubis. Knife round. Going live.
It's really important getting the side you want on Anubis. Typically a T-sided map. Last time we saw, was it Snooze that one I found? And they ended up picking, I can't remember, sorry.
Too deep into history, but let's focus on the moment. We got Vilda initiating the combat over on the bridge. Oh, and it's absolute domination going in the way of Washed and Sloshed. Not a single frag going in the way of Thatchers.
I don't want to count my eggs, but I think that Washed and Sloshed should be the ones coming out with this one. They have much more experience across Epic Land, and obviously you've said that they've got a lot of experience coming into this, so interesting to see if they decide to pick CT or T side.
Having a little think about it. Yeah, I think if Thatchers are going to make this scoreline respectable, we need to see Vilda pop off. And it's actually interesting to see Salty in the server. I didn't recognize his name on the Epic website, but if this is the Salty who I think it is, he's not too bad at the game either. So, two strong players on the side of Thatchers, two very strong players on the side of Washed and Sloshed.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are all hanging around level. Oh.
And yeah, definitely edging in the way of Washed and Sloshed. But who knows? If you have a strong performance from Vilda or Salty, this game could start to get quite competitive.
Yeah, and it does look like we are pretty good for an... Oh, they're coming into the execute, coming through connector. Starting to accelerate towards the bomb site. We have got a little bit of a stack here. 3 players. Archer is going to be hiding around the pillar, and here are the fights coming in. Archer going to find one. Raids are coming back and forth, but the Thatchers putting up a massive attack. Logan, a nice headshot. Trying to find the second, but a laboured fight there, and it's just down to Pommy. 1 versus 3. The Thatchers. They need to put up an iron defense going forward.
I mean, this is a tough one for Pommy. He's giving it a go, though. Walking around that site. No defuse kit. Full HP. This is too strong of a post plant for Thatchers.
No way.
Pommy, you'd have to hit 3 banger shots and still have a tough time getting on that defuse. For more than halfway ticked before those engagements started going in. And this is a great start for Thatchers, getting that early momentum. A 4K for Kai the Beast. That's not even one of the names I suspected on the side of Thatchers to start popping off.
No, but it might be the momentum that they need coming into this. They are on the back foot. Seed 4 versus Seed 3. Washed and Sloshed are going to be forcing into this round. 4 Deagles and an MP9 on Logan. They're very crispy on the Deag, so it's good to see them getting them out.
Yeah, I mean, the state of the game at the moment, one dangerous Deagle kill can put a force buy like this in a really favourable situation. Thatchers do need to be careful here. Pommy spots the shadow, that's some info, but the flash comes in towards him and he'll go down. Response from Logan in water, that's a great little 1-for-1. We will force him into the action. Decides to burn instead.
I mean, I would have run out at that point, but it was a double-edged sword either way. I wasn't going to come out of that alive.
Contact coming over towards Dexy now. Man, very capable of firepower, but currently struggling versus Vilda. And this Washed and Sloshed force buy not really that successful.
Yeah, the force buy did not go their way. The Deagles weren't able to hit the shots needed. And it's just going to be Archer on the save. Not looking like much is going to happen going forward. 2 Mach 10s might be saved into the next side. I reckon they're going to be hunting this Deagle down, finding that extra cash. Might be in their best interest.
Yeah, they've got to be careful though with these AKs if it's on the hunt. You know, Archer, if he gets 1 frag. There's not much trade potential between Thatchers, but I think the distance on the hunt is all too far. Kai the Beast is the closest player, and he does have an AK, but I don't think the contact will come through in time.
Yeah, this new bomb radius, it's a lot easier to predict where you're going to be safe, and all 4 players are going to be surviving.
Yeah, you can tell where you're going to be safe. It makes it even trickier for the Ts when they're hunting, though. The CT Saver could be absolutely anywhere, all kinds of nooks and crannies that he could be hiding in. And this should be a 3rd round coming in the way of Thatchers. How do you approach this anti-eco UE if you are calling for Thatchers?
I mean, personally, Thatchers just need to stick together in this one, trade off each other. They don't want to let these Deagles have those long-range fights. Those headshots can quickly domino into more and more AKs falling into the hands of the CTs, but looks like they are deciding to hang together. Washington sloshed 4 players towards main.
Yeah, just one lurker on Exy. He's going to be going in mid.
First.
Yeah. Oh, this is well played. Sending Mako into farm. He's even identified a few more. Bit off a bit more than he can chew, but that's an incredible spray from Kai the Beast. Who is this guy? He's fragging out. Living up to the name. Salty will thankfully finish off the round quite quickly. I never like to watch anti-ecos for too long. Now we could get into some real gun round CS. Dexy picking up the AWP. He's known for his abilities on the big green. He's got some nuts clips on his Twitter, actually. It'd be nice to see him pop off a bit. Lacking in the KD department currently, but...
Yeah, it's looking pretty sad on the side of Washington sloshed. Logan on 2, Dexy on 1, Archer on 1. That's 4 kills total for the side of Washington sloshed. So getting into the first gun round, got rifles, the AWP on Dexy, of course.
Getting close on main. There's 3 Ts on the other side of the corner. He's going to go for the peak.
Nice trade from Archer.
Oh, Dexy unsuccessful with his AWP though. It's all on Archer to hold the B site, and he cannot do that. 2 versus 3 for Washington sloshed. They are really starting to struggle. They needed to have more success here. We're already in a post plant in the first 30 seconds of the round. And the 2 players remaining, it's Pommy and Logan. Not so known for their firepower. Action will be coming in shortly.
Coming in, does actually manage to get the surprise kill onto Mako. The Molotov is going to flush Kai the Beast out when he goes down. The retake is actually starting to come to shape. They've got a kit on Pommy and he gets the kill. He's got the kit, so definitely enough time to get the defuse, and that was down to the wire, but Washington Slosh showing their might, showing their... Obviously Pommy and Logan doing a great job on that retake.
An enormous one for Washington Slosh. They really needed that. It would have been really rough for their mental if they went 4 rounds down, struggling with the cash. So I'm sure the teammates of Pommy and Logan are going to be very grateful for that one. That round does highlight a slight lack of structure for Thatchers. It's a little concerning they lose that round, given the post-plant that they were in. It was looking very promising, but somehow it fell apart.
Yeah, no, and we were talking about how Logan and Pommy had a low chance of doing it, and it was just the Thatchers being caught off guard, not really having the structure, as he said, to keep hold of that bomb site. They did manage to scrape another buy together courtesy of those first 3 rounds, so pretty decent economy, all things considered. It's actually the CT side that had to concede a few weapons now on that FAMAS. Dexy finding that kill on Kai the Beast. The top fragger taken out early on. Have to see if that aspires into anything else.
Dexy being given another chance on the AWP after not being too successful in the last, but now he finds impact, and I imagine that will continue throughout this half.
Ooh.
We're getting a good spam onto Slosh, finding themselves in a good space. They're going to continue taking aggression here.
Got his knife out. Exy, what are you doing? Not watching anything.
A frustrating timing for Exy there. Just as he falls away from B main, then the aggression comes in. It's interesting to see Washington Slosh was still taking risks there, despite being 2 guys up.
It's too easy for Dexy. They're just giving him kills. Salty is gonna fall back. Not really much he can do in this round. Archer is gonna fall into his crosshair. Spray comes through, but he's on 5 HP. Managed to get a nice headshot onto Nem, but it will be the round going the way of Washington Sloshed for staying alive. And that's the sort of momentum that we need from Washington Sloshed if they want to keep this going.
Yeah, the scoreline's getting tight now. Just one round to separate the two teams. And THATCHERS, they're going to be playing this one with lesser guns. It's a pretty promising half buy. They've got potential to make some fast plays with these Tech 9s and Max. If they play this tempo correctly, it could definitely be something that Washington Slosh struggle against.
It's just a classic mid-rush on Anubis. We've seen this time and time again, not just through this game. The kills are going the way of Washington Slosh. Logo 151. Salty jumping around.
It's awkward.
Blind spray through the smoke. Doesn't manage to take Logan in the end, and it's a 4 versus 2. The mid push didn't really come too much.
Great ideal situation for Washington Slosh there. If it was Dexy close up with the AWP, it could have been a different story. It's absolutely horrible playing with an AWP versus fast guns. But instead, it was Dexy playing at the back of mid, playing the long range angle, and his teammate Logan deep into mid instead. Just turned out to be a good counter to the fast play that came in. But look at that, the scoreline tied up. It was starting to look a bit worrying for Washington Slosh, but seems that they've stayed cool, calm, collected, and now they're back in the game.
Yeah, it's massive, managing to equalize it back into a 3-3 scoreline. We have got the AKs out for the THATCHERS. It's looking pretty dangerous. We have got a lot of utility on the side of the T, so curious to see if they're going to go for a classic default. Just checking for picks, but Washington Slosh playing this pretty passively. I've got 3 plays towards connect away, and Smoker's gonna block off Salty.
If Salty can get this gun control, it puts THATCHERS in a great place for a B crunch, but that's not actually the approach that THATCHERS will be going for, as they've fallen off a bit from B main. Okay, they're gravitating back there. Whole pack actually heading towards B. I think the THATCHERS going to go in the way of THATCHERS.
Nice from Salty. Towards Archer, takes that connect to control. That Molotov is going to slow down the push. Nem doing his best to keep hold of the site, but he goes down. Does a lot of damage onto the THATCHER side. Kai the Beast and Salty, 61 points of health between them. Vilda in a perfect place. Oh, come on, don't peek Salty. Let Vilda have the moment. He gets it. Wins the round for Washington Slosh, surely, unless Dexy has something crazy inside of him.
It'd have to be a banger. He's got a kit. Pretty much full HP, but I think any wise AWPer would just want to hold on to their sniper in this situation. Another one for THATCHERS. After losing 3 rounds in a row, they're able to lock back in and secure a pretty solid round. A nice B crunch, playing that default across the map, and once Salty got that entry into Con, they knew where to finish. Good stuff, THATCHERS. Not letting the momentum get picked up by Washington Slosh.
Nice. Killing that one early. Dexy does keep hold of the AWP. We'll be able to drop over an M4 towards Pommy. And that's going to be a full buy for both sides.
All the arsenal that Washington Slosh do need. Default coming out of THATCHERS here. 2 heading towards the stairs. Heavy presence on B main once again. We didn't see an early commitment from THATCHERS on B main last time they had this many guys outside, but here they're actually getting quite close. There's a big gap on B main. Vilda,
good flash.
Great frag on A. With that frag, THATCHERS actually hesitate on whether to activate on B. They're still in the smoke. They're coming in.
They see the timing, they find it, and Exy with a running headshot onto Nem, just drive-by peek. And again, Washington Slosh looking a little bit lost there. The early entry frag lost due to that good flashbang. And it just looks like Washington Slosh are going to be holding back. Logan doesn't want anything to do with this.
This is going to be starting to get quite frustrating from Dexy. 2 AWP saves in a row. He's not even really seen anyone for a while, and he has got a frag this round, but not much impact. And I mean, I don't know about you, Yui, but if I have to save an AWP 2 rounds in a row from the same site being lost, I'm gonna be starting to get a little annoyed. Let's see what kind of response Washed and Sloshed have.
Yeah, they're going for the hunt on Dexy, but he's going to manage to get away. keep hold of that AWP. But look at the economy of these guys. 2k per player, Archer on 2.7. I don't think they're going to be buying into this one, and if they do, I think that's a mistake.
Yeah,
And they actually are buying into it. Nem buys into a scout.
Yeah, the double snipers.
Okay, this could work.
Nem, known for his goofy antics, and I think he may be living up to that in this round. So, Thatchers, they've dominated the B site back to back now. But yet, Washington Slosh still start with only 2 on B. They're going for heavy water control. They might even catch this carpet player off guard. Felder's heard all of it though. He knows not to commit. He's going to fall back. Let his teammates continue this B pressure.
Oh, a nice flick from Dexy, but overwhelmed in the end. And it's just a absolute demolished side from the Thatchers. One nice shot, it's not enough. Especially when you're trying to get yourself in the round.
And that little flick there kind of highlights the dynamic of Washington Slosh. You've got the incredible firepower of Dexy, but everything else just not going in the way of Washington Slosh. It's nice to see them trying things though, going for that water take, but I just don't think it's what they needed. I feel like a B stack might have been the vibe. But now they have the chance to go a bit heavier on their B defense, now that they've sorted the money out.
It's definitely a nice idea. It was just, I think they made the sound cue towards water, and I think Vilda had their number on that, yeah. You know, if they just stayed silent, that could have spiraled into a much deeper round, but alas, it didn't. And the Thatchers have secured themselves 6. That's at least a tied half, but that requires Washington Slosh to pull their pants up and try and do something different here. Nem on that MP7.
So this is the response from Washington Slosh. 2 men pushing through B main, but this time Thatchers, yeah, they've altered their T stance. They're now trying to have a go at the A site.
Yeah, we're not really seeing many A hits so far. Typically going towards B, and this is a good flank from them, pushing towards main. He's going to be calling this information.
Just catches
the timing.
Nice
timing.
Don't
let your teammates die. Oh, nice from Nem. Putting that MP7 to good use. $1,200 in his bank, an AK upgrade, and it's a 3 versus 5, so Thatchers going to have to put a good fight here into the bomb site. Mako going for the fight onto Pommy, but that nade is going to flush him out of the angle. Good damage.
Everything though, he's managed to get the rotate over.
That Molotov going to be the end of him, but he got himself 1. That's really good.
And yeah, one kill from Pommy there. Solid, but also the amount of information. As soon as Pommy did that little peek into main and saw multiple, Washington Slosh completely had everything surrounded. But yeah, this is nice to see. Good play from them. Aggressing all the way through B men. Walking through the map. Take it down 2 from behind with a pretty rubbish gun. I'm not a fan of the MP7, but he made it look nice there.
And I quite like it since it's been pushed down to $1,400. I think it's a slight upgrade over the Mac 10, the UMP. Obviously, no one uses the UMP anymore, but overall, I think it's a pretty good weapon. That was a really good timing from him, though. He managed to find them off guard, but they have got the AKs out. We actually have 2 AKs, one for Nem, one for Logan, courtesy of that last round. Got a bit of aggression here towards mid. Kai the Beast looking for that deep angle towards A, but not really taking much to begin with.
Exy cautious of that B main pressure that punished them so much last rounds. But after he spots nothing, he goes back to T-spawn. Quite a slow round. 1 minute 10. No fights made. Salty might be changing that as he gets a bit closer to Con. He knows that there's someone nearby with that release of the smoke.
Dexy will have spotted that jump from Kai the Beast. Nade off the mark, but Kai the Beast...
This guy's crisp.
Yeah, he's been hitting some gnarly headshots this entire game, but Dexy also having a great game. Hitting some good shots. Pommy will find 1 and nearly 2, but Mako will manage to trade. Salty on the backstab. Will get that rotate on Archer. It's in the 2 versus 2 Bomb is going to go down. It's down to the retake. We've seen them retake harder. They've definitely done harder retakes.
And it's Dexy and Nem though, like, surely just the name tags. This is a washed and sloshed round.
Here we go.
Chemistry between these two. And Nem's not even needed. He just needs to make a little bit of noise in camera and let Dexy hit the shots. I mean, I don't care where the pieces are on the radar, who has what utility, who has what health. If it's a duo like Dexy and Nem versus two others on a mix, the chemistry is just going to bring them through that in the 2 versus 2, and we see it right there.
Not to say that Dexy and Nem aren't a great duo on a retake, but we saw Logan and Pommy take a 2 versus 3 earlier, so I think that just speaks to the quality of the Thatchers' site holds. You know, they've been dropping the ball quite a few times now.
That's a good point. That's really true. But yeah, they've still managed to achieve 6 rounds, so it's going to be a tied half at the very least, getting into the final round now. Let's see if Thatchers can push it into a victorious half, or if Washed and Sloshed can tie things back up. Both sides really thinking about the importance of this round. Was that a back-to-back tactical timeout from both sides?
Yeah, I think it was. They are not... I mean, honestly, if I was the Thatchers right now, I wouldn't be happy with the last few rounds that we lost. Going into the T side to start off with, Anubis, typically a T-sided map, obviously like 55, 45, if you get to the upper echelons of Counter-Strike. But I wouldn't be happy with a 6-6 half, knowing how good Washed and Sloshed are coming into this game.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get back into after that initial success from Thatchers. I don't think Thatchers have been playing too good on gun rounds. They've had some nice B crunches, but that early dominance in the half has been a tough one for Washed and Sloshed to come back against.
But
good effort though.
a lot of their rounds have come off individual brilliance from Guy the Beast, from Salty, finding frags throughout the map. It's not really been very tactical so far. Obviously, they have great aim stars, and that's really how they've been crunching into these bomb sites, but tactically, I think they're not quite there against Wash and Slosh, but we'll have to see them coming into this. Prove me wrong. I wish they do prove me wrong, because Salty is looking for this kill towards Archer.
Not a fan of Thatcher's tactics, but they have had a solid B take. But Archer, perhaps a bit more used to what's been happening, but maybe not. Builder, the second man in con, surprises Archer, and now the B main activation is coming through. Dexy's holding for it with 2. Nem locks it down as well, and you talk about the duo, they just did it right there, tying up the scoreline.
Yeah, absolutely. Dexy showing us what he's worth. That was a great 3K from him with the AWP, putting up a great defense. And Washed and Sloshed 6-6 on the half, tied it up. I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, I wouldn't be happy with a 6-6 half, especially the way that went. Losing so many rounds towards the end, I think the momentum must surely be in Washed and Sloshed's favour.
It's nice to see Washed and Sloshed finally dealing with that B crunch. That has been a bit of a pain for them in the prior rounds.
Look at this. 5 players towards mid. They're met by Mako and Salty here. Kills are going back and forth. It's a 3 versus 3, and they're starting to accelerate, but Exy hitting some nice shots. And it's just Pommy and Nem to see if they can get this bomb down and potentially a round win. Exy, like I said earlier, be hitting some nice shots, but they're going to swarm him. He does find the death. Nem will get the kill, and it's Vilda in the 1 versus 2. The Thatchers trying to find their first round win on the CT side, but Pommy with their headshot. It's pretty well-rounded title like that. The mid push was really good.
A nice try from Exy there, but the constant bombardment towards A did overwhelm them eventually. And yeah, both pistols going in the way of the T side. Thatchers, they were able to build up a lot of momentum off of their Glock round victory. Let's see if Washed and Sloshed are able to do something similar.
Just don't tell Felix, but Washed and Sloshed have brought into 2 MP7s. And they're going to be looking for these easy eco frags. The flash was quite good, finding a few players. Guy the Beast does find 1, but it's just a mow down with the MP7. That's going to be $1,800 in the bank account of Pommy.
MP7 building up a good case. I know it's favourable for some people. If you watch a lot of TLI, you'll see Vacancy using it all the time. But I don't know, whenever I use it, it just doesn't work, so...
I mean, I saw him using it before it got dropped down to $1,400, so he's obviously a good advocate for the
Loves
MP7.
it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, real gun round CS. Now, let's see how the MP7s and Mac 10 do against some M4s.
Yeah, I've got a bonus round here. Washed and sloshed. Surely doing something quick here.
Water control for the T side. They've got to play it pretty deep in mid as well. It's definitely a very spread out round for the T side. Slosh currently just holding on to water control while Nem has a cheeky little peek on those doors with his Mac. Grabs the attention of both Salty and Logan. Just respond with just a smoke. Has slowed down Watch and Sloshed a lot.
Builder's going to be forced off that angle, and does look like they're starting to itch towards the A bomb site for a crunch here. Salty going above the smoke. He's going to spot Nem, gets that easy kill, but Archer on the other side of the map is going to find two for Salty, proving his worth here. And Kai the Beast, bit of a laboured spray onto Logan, but such low HP, and Salty lines him up. Hasn't got enough bullets in the magazine, and what is going on by Dexy?
Low HP and a dream. Vilda and Exy should be able to do this one. Good pathing between them. There's definitely trade potential, and Dexy has no clue where they're coming from, but he's managed to walk up to the box. Just a pixel have been spotted above the smoke. Nice try, Dexy, but Vilda's
Don't want that. Don't want that. I grabbed him for.
Just one round to separate the two teams. Decent money to get a rebuy on. Both sides losing a lot of players, so a lot of purchasing going on in this buy zone.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a scrappy buy here on the side of Wash and Slosh. Galil, Mac 10 on Logan. You know, it's better than last round. They went in that with a few SMGs, but full M4s for the side of the Thatchers. See if they can do another iron defense. Using that one too much, but Pommy blindly sprays after that flashbang.
It's like a BXX coming through. Just two CTs to defend this, and Xy's got an 8 out in his hand. No time to switch to the M4, and that's a double entry from Archer. Molly does a little bit of work from beyond the grave, but the site's still being taken, and Archer's just fragging out as he charges into that site. Bomb planted. What can Kai the Beast and Mako do? Mako's miles away, and he's just decided to save.
The read wasn't there. Washed and Slosh decided to go for the easy B take, nice and easy onto the bomb site, and actually caught with the smoke in his hands. No way they were winning that after that push into the site.
And Washed and Sloshed showing that they actually do have somewhat of a playbook. That little B main XX just absolutely shredding up the Thatcher's defense there. Perhaps Dexy and Nem still have some memories in their locker of their time on Belfast Storm with executes like that.
Dexy does actually find Kai the Beast, so their money's in the bin right now. Mako 3100. Yeah, even if they saved two players there, they could have justified a buy. Jumping into two M4s, someone would have to go down to an MP9, but
it's definitely possible.
No, but because Kai the Beast died there.
What will this hero AK be able to do? Put it over towards A. Double main aggression. Salty's the initial point of contact. Pommy will take him down. The next man is Mako with that Kalashnikov. Oh, nothing being able to be made out of that saved gun.
Yeah, no. The hero AK does nothing, but Exy with the USP finds one. Kai the Beast will be chased down. Exy last man standing. No way he gets anything. And that's going to be Washed and Slosh starting to run away with this half. And the buy is going to be... There's going to be a few concessions here. Not seeing a kit on the side of the Thatchers, so you know, they're going to be saving again if it doesn't go their way.
You're talking about Anubis being a T-sided map. Thatchers, there, T-side. It was a close half, but Washed and Sloshed potentially about to pile up a few more rounds. The Thatchers could definitely change that narrative. Early peek on water, doesn't spot much. Oh, the return fire from Dexy will make Builder regret that spam. Nice 1-for-1 though from Salty. 4 versus 4. It's any man's round.
Yeah, and I mean, taking down Dexy this early on in the game, yes, he finds that 1 kill towards Builder, but taking him down, I don't think it's quite a 1-for-1 trade there.
And massive map control here for Washed and Sloshed. They can definitely work Connector after getting that frag, but Salty knows he has to make something happen. Getting close in this bridge smoke, but will his push be in time? Washed and Slosh imminently heading towards the B site. Mako's hold is going to spot something.
Ooh, he's trying his best to hold on to the bomb site. Logan does eventually trade him. I've got this early flank. They haven't checked this corner. Exy finds a free one onto Logan, and it's just a 1 versus 3. And Exy in the corner manages to find a nice 2k, and that's just the Thatchers holding on, and Wash and Sauce not properly checking their corners.
Good little bait setup from Exy, tucked in CT there. That was definitely a potential round for Washed and Sloshed, getting that con control. But Thatchers staying really active. Flank at the ready, and also a player hiding away in the bomb site. Great little retake. It was hardly even a retake. It was kind of like the site was Exy's the whole time.
Yeah. Hiding in that little cubby, not checking their corners properly. It was his round to hold on to. Wash and Slosh will manage to scrape another buy together. But this is the sort of round that Thatchers really needs to win here. Break that economy on Wash and Slosh, and then that could easily spiral back into a 10-10 half. And then all of a sudden, this is going either way.
Heavy presence outside A main. Thatchers with 2 for their CT hold. On the other side of the wall, there's lots of Washed and Slosh players in water. How will Washed and Sloshed act around this re-smoke? It looked like they were waiting for the fade to go in. Seems they're going to be waiting a little bit longer. Perhaps letting Dexy be the one to activate with his search on mid. Making serious space. There's a bit of a gap in the map.
Yeah, but 4 players towards main. They're going to go for the pop here. I'm sure they got a flashbang behind them to play this corner, but the fight's just going to come dry. Kai the Beast finds 2, and that's him falling back, throwing the Molotov away. But Dexy, on the other side of the map, is going to find 1, and it's all down to Kai the Beast to hold onto this bomb site. The pressure's going to start to mount on him, looking the wrong way as they start to make space. Kai the Beast finds 1, only 1, and Dexy misses a very rare shot. And Archer in the 1 versus 2. There's no way.
If your A anchor's getting a 3k, you're having a good day. I mean, Kai the Beast. I was talking about Builder, talking about Salty. This man has just come up out of nowhere. I might have to go find him afterwards and shake his hand. He's really impressed me. I was saying I'm not too familiar with the side of Thatchers, and that there may be some talents that aren't on my radar. And this man is definitely showing some potential for that title.
Yeah, curious to see how well he's going to be doing here at Epic Land for the rest of the tournament. Potentially taking this one, but Washed and Sloshed, look at their economy. They've had to fall back down to Tech 9s. Gonna go for the quick play. Nen does find 1. Exy on the hold. And this is looking way too dangerous for a Tech 9 buy. But Salty does manage to bring 1 back for 3 HP. Washed and Sloshed. Now it's their turn to hold onto the bomb site. It's pretty wet.
Big HP advantage for Washed and Sloshed. The Thatchers pathing together into CT. Both sides playing together. Lots of trade potential. Who's going to come out on top?
They've got the utility to back this and go for the stick, but Salty on 3 HP is going to be spammed through the smoke, and you had to know that was going to happen. Jumps above the smoke, but Dexy, he doesn't have to spam, but he does have to walk through the smoke, but there's no time anyway. Wash and Slosh find the round, and proving to the Thatchers that holding onto the B-bomb site is way easier than previously seen.
Letting Kai the Beast hold on to it. But, yeah, Kai the Beast showing his firepower, but Dexy, he's got years and years on his side of how to play those situations in the 1 versus 1. Toying around that smoke, keeping Kai off the bomb.
Yeah, he's just played that perfectly. You know, he didn't have to spam through that smoke and give away his position. But we have got Vilda running through the window down mid.
He's gone crazy.
He's grabbed himself an AK. They have lots of map control as well. Look at this. They have water control. Is Archer going to try and reclaim a little bit towards mid, but you know, it's looking pretty good for the Thatchers. I know it's just early on. Nem will find Xe, and this round is slowly crumbling away.
Crumbling away, but still 1 minute 15 and 4 versus 4. Mako on a cheeky angle. Oh, I was going to say it's an overextension, but he's landed a nut shot onto the head of Pommy. And that's really going to slow down Washed and Sloshed.
Yeah, I mean, Vilda on the AK, Kai the Beast and Mako have got that armor behind them. We all know how dangerous that 5-7 can be in these close angles, which he's playing. Salty, USB, no armor. Gonna go for the swing through the smoke. Actually finds the headshot onto Nem. That's dangerous. Doing a lot of damage. And into the 2 versus 2, Mako and Kai the Beast. We've been saying Kai the Beast praises this entire game. So I think he's got a good case here.
It's been incredibly close.
Grabs the AK. Oh, rough spray from Kai the Beast. But, you know, that's how we expected this round to go. There were some dangerous moments there.
Such a nice try from Thatchers. And it's an interesting approach to Eco into the other team reaching match point. They almost denied Washed and Slosh from getting match point.
And I mean, just putting that AK in the hands of Kai the Beast, that was going to be a dangerous retake, but unfortunately for him, he whiffed that final shot. And it's backs up against the wall for the Thatchers. They have read this right. 3 players towards the site, 4 players towards main. Nem is going to find the first. Xe does damage a trade, almost gets the spray down there, but just a little bit off the mark. Vilda's going to throw off that defensive smoke, do their best to hold on to the bomb site, but Washington Slosh are going to start making their way back, but Salty.
Ooh, chooses to go the other way, but the decision to stick on this corner is pretty big. If Washington Slosh opt to go up bridge, though, they're going to find an enormous gap that Salty won't be able to identify.
I mean, this is a pretty massive position from Salty. He's denying them the rotate. He's watching mid and the T-spawn area, so there's no way they can rotate without him knowing.
I'm glad to see that Salty's decided to alter his angle a little bit. Peeking now.
Getting a bit aggressive there. Didn't need to do that, but obviously he didn't know what was going on. And he just walks.
Seconds on the clock. You still shouldn't really have the need, especially that you know that the players are probably still outside B main. You don't need to go for that kind of info play.
Yeah, they've seen him.
It's looking like GG. Really, really nice try from Thatchers there, though. I wasn't expecting much at all from their side, but they kept it competitive. Any highlights from that game that you enjoyed, Yui?
I mean, I know obviously Kai the Beast did end up losing that game in the end, but he had some heroic moments in that game, holding onto the bomb site, and we have to say the props to Dexy with that AWP popping off. Probably like finding them a few rounds solo.
Certainly. I mean, one of the top AWPers in the country. Like, he's got that firepower. Him and them should be able to bring their team through the group stage of Epic, but it's a little concerning that they are struggling against this kind of team. But maybe this is actually going to be a good land for Thatchers, Salty, Vilda, Kai the Beast. Maybe they can make this a respectable group stage for themselves. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, we're going to have to find out. We have got the next game coming forward, and
I'll be picking it up, but we're going to be also throwing you guys to a break. But see you after that break, guys. It's been a pleasure. Don't go anywhere.